Hello, welcome to Latest Wealth. I am Kailash here. I am financial advisor as well as wealth coach. My dear friends, I have been conducting a lot of workshops, seminars, training classes on stock market and as well as wealth management. And most of the places people will come and ask me, sir, which stock I have to purchase now? Before that, my answer is, please remember my friends, if you want to invest in stock market, first step is you have to understand about stock market very well. Then, because the stock market is only the investment which is knowledge based investment. Before investing, you should know about different sectors, because every sector is having a sometimes prime period, sometimes dull period. So you need to know about which sector you are going to invest. So to help the people who have been doing the videos on about different sectors, if you have not watched previous videos, please start watch other videos, and in future we are going to create n number of videos on different sectors. Please keep watching. My dear friends, this episode we are going to share about finance, housing sector. Housing sector is also going to be a wonderful sector, and please watch fully. Don't skip here and there, because in between if you miss any small information, that may not give wonderful results in the future. Let us start. My dear friends, as in earlier episode I was discussing, generally advice what you get from the parents is, as soon as they get the job, most of the 90% employees, where they focus, first is the marriage, next is house. Because in our India, roti, kapda or makan. Yes, house has become one, almost like an internal part of the family. And everybody, they dream about their house. I can say dream home. Now tell me, you don't have a dream about home? And simple, the people who are staying in rented houses, they dream about at least single bedroom house or at least double bedroom house. The people who are already staying in the double bedroom houses, they start thinking about, they are dreaming about triple bedroom house or independent villas. Yes, so there is a huge demand as well as, but there is no supply as per the demand. And in this sector, government is also giving a lot of initiations, and government is also supporting the sector. So this is also one wonderful sector to consider as an investor. Let's have some more details about this sector. Now, tell me, long time back, when the people want to construct the house, how they were doing? So what they do, as soon as they get the job, they started saving the money, they started saving up to 50 years of age. Once they accumulate so much of amount, then they started constructing the house. By the time they construct the house, they might have retired from their service. But do you think same scene is here? No. For last 30 years, people psychology has changed. People's spending habits have changed, because everything is easily available in EMIs. EMI, right? So what they do, as soon as they get the job, some amount they keep for EMI of the house construction. Yes, so that what they think is, if they start paying EMI within 6 or 7 years, then house will become asset for them, right? That's the reason this housing finance sector is growing like anything, my friends. Wonderful returns they are getting. Of course, I'm not saying all companies, but this sector will be a really good sector. Do you know something? Actually, government is also focusing on housing to all by 2022, that mission. So it's going to create one more boost for this housing and finance sector. Actually, government's own estimation is there may be shortage of 11 million houses in urban areas. There may be heavy shortage in 11 million houses. So 11 million houses means at least 11 million customers are there for housing finance, readily available. As well as they are the people who are getting new jobs, who are entering into especially this IT field, media field, everybody interested in housing. So no doubt it's going to create wonders in future. Now let us see what are the future prospects What are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, and who are the key players? Let us start.
Finance, housing. Housing sector is currently on a high growth path propelled by a government's focus on housing for all by 2022 and its push for affordable housing. This comes at a time when the government's own estimate for housing shortage in urban areas is nearly 10 million units. Sector group, financials, classification, commodity business. Government's own estimate for housing shortage in urban areas is nearly 10 million units. However, growth has moderated in FY17. The housing loan portfolio too rose from 8.7 lakh crore in FY14 to rupees 14.4 lakh crore in FY17. Though banks continue to dominate the housing loan segment with nearly 60% of the market share, the share of HFCS has increased from 36% to 40% between FY12 to FY17. As on the December 2017, there were 92 HFCS registered with National Housing Bank. HF industry is dominated by few large players who account for 84% of HFCS total assets under management. There has been increasing focus on the affordable housing segment with entry of new players along with support of government programs including credit-linked subsidy schemes to promote housing for all.
Now let us see what are the future prospects of this industry.
Future prospects in stock market. Domestic economic growth leading to huge growth in economic activity, consequent growth in income and appreciation of real estate prices. Growing population and rising disposable income. Rapid urbanization leading to demand for housing. Breakup of the joint family system and emergence of nuclear family system leading to demand for housing. Ability of young professionals, especially double income families and especially those in the booming IT sector, to borrow easily. Government incentives for housing loans. Government laws which have strengthened the hands of lenders against defaulters.
My dear friends, now let us see what are the advantages of this sector in Indian stock market.
Advantages of this sector in stock market. Very strong and growing demand for housing loans in cities and small towns. Emerging demand for home repair and extensions. Ability of the companies to offer property related services like consulting, brokerage insurance, etc. to augment non-fund based service income. Availability of credit rating services to evaluate the credit rating of prospective borrowers. Ability of the companies to forge the ups with banks and institutions who do not have the skill sets for housing loan business but who want to be a part of this industry leading to non-fund based service income.
Now you heard about all the advantages. You might be thinking, Kailash, only plus points? There are no minus points? Yes, my friends, as an investor, you should know about plus points as well as minus point, strengths and weakness. You should know about disadvantages of this sector. Now let us have a look about what are the disadvantages of this sector.
Disadvantages of this sector in stock market. Competition from commercial banks who have entered the business in large way and who have access to cheaper funds. Impacted negatively by high interest rates. Risk of a loan becoming an NPA. If the interest rate increases to the extent that borrower cannot service his loans. Risk of a loan becoming an NPA. If the borrower loses his job and does not have the income to service the loan. Important indicator. Loan book growth.
Now you might have got some idea. Now let us see who are the key players in this sector.
Key player companies in stock market. Large HFCS. Diwan Housing Finance Corporation Limited, Housing Development Finance Corporation Limited, India Bulls Housing Finance Limited, LIC Housing Finance Limited, PNB Housing Finance Limited. Mid HFCS. Canfin Homes Limited, GIC Housing Finance Limited, Gru Finance Limited, ICICI Home Finance Limited, India Infoline Housing Finance Limited, L&T Housing Finance Limited, Reliance Home Finance Limited, Repco Home Finance Limited, Sundaram BNP Paribas Home Finance Limited, Tata Capital Housing Finance Limited. Small HFCS loan. Aadhar Housing Finance Limited, Aavas Financiers Limited, Aptus Value Housing Finance India Limited, Aspire Home Finance Corporation Limited, Send Bank Home Finance Limited, DHFL, Vaishya Housing Finance Limited, Hinduja Housing Finance Limited, Home First Finance Company India Private Limited, India Shelter Finance Corporation Limited, Magma Housing Finance Limited, Mahindra Rural Housing Finance Limited, Micro Housing Finance Corporation Limited, New Habitat Housing Finance and Development Limited, Sriram Housing Finance Limited, SRG Housing Finance Limited.
My dear friends, hope you got good knowledge on housing finance schemes. Hope you got good knowledge on finance and housing sector. And please subscribe, press the bell icon so that in future whenever we are uploading new videos, immediately you will get the information. As an investor, you must know about all the sectors. After knowing all the sector, start investing. Thank you very much. Till we meet again, enjoy your bit of life. Have a nice day and bye bye.